Hey everyone, in today's episode, we are listening to Noori. Noori is a band quite old.
Hmm.
It started their music around early 2000s, right?
Hmm.
And we grew up listening to them. They have stopped doing music or producing music pretty much
Hmm.
of their own. They also produced a couple of either Coke Studio Seasons or some of the music videos, right? Ali Hamza especially, and Ali Noor as well.
Hmm.
But this track is called Aik Tha Badshah,
Hmm.
right? And it was a very interesting pick by Hamad, so he told me that let's listen to this one together.
Hmm.
And interestingly, I've never seen the video. I have heard the song. I have heard it through their album, I think.
Hmm.
It was part of their album, Pili Patti and Rajadhani,
Maybe yes, it was part of that album.
right? Right, yeah, so I've heard it. This song video, of course, I hadn't seen it. And yeah, this is quite this interesting one. So, should we?
Yep. Let's get started.
All right. Three, two, one, play. Little by little, the old one crumbles. Listen to the drums.
Hmm.
हलचल है इस रात में जागी हलचल है हर पल बीता जो कल है कोयल जो बेरागी राग सुना दे तो ये दिल अपना
Look
कातिल
at the evil smile.
सोचा चंदा रे लंबी रातें ये दिल ये पुकारे आजा आजा आजा
Drums sounds like we will rock you.
Yes, exactly. Especially there's a part I'll tell you that.
क्यों हारे मेरे सहारे चलने उस पार आजा रे आजा रे आजा रे
I mean, Noor's vocals are just amazing.
Always.
सितम गर दिल को न जला रोले रोले गाफिल ये मजबूर हुआ है इस शहर खौफ में बेहिसी का राज
I love this scream.
Yes.
दिल ये पुकारे आजा 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 पंछी प्यारे उड़ जा रे तू क्यों हारे मेरे सहारे चलने उस पार आजा रे आजा रे आजा रे उड़ जा उड़ जा पंछी रे घूम जा निक जा जल जा तू राही रे कोई तुझे पा ना सके
This part,
पुकारे
just like we will rock you.
आजा आजा
Okay.
So, talking from memory,
Hmm.
so I'm listening to Noori after a long, long time. So Noori was one of the bands that were forced fed to me while growing up.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Their music was force fed to me throughout my early teens,
Mm-hmm.
and all their music, the first album, the second album, until I think 2015. Talking from memory, I think this track has been remastered and or remixed and added some elements because I don't remember this track sounding this way.
It is way too grand. Yeah.
Yeah, from their album, it was more like Noori's
Hmm.
music,
Hmm.
right? This signature Noori music. But this one is definitely, I could be wrong, but I feel like this has been remastered, added some other elements, remixed.
Hmm.
Yeah, but more granular to the music itself is far more polished.
Yeah.
Everything, every single edge is far more polished. It has some new exciting elements that I don't remember,
Hmm.
especially the guitar. The guitar part
Yeah.
was actually it kind of shook me
Hmm.
because they never did that in their
Yeah.
music,
Yeah. They never do. They never do
right?
that.
So how come you picked this one?
So, actually, I'm with you on this. I haven't watched the video. I think I watched this video 1 year back, and this video came out back in 2015. I hadn't watched it back then. I had listened to this particular track, but I somehow got reintroduced to this particular track by another independent artist. Her name is Sayyeda Sana Gilani, if I'm not mistaken. She just covers some song, and I personally like her voice a lot. So I was just listening to SoundCloud, and SoundCloud started to play its recommendations for me, and her cover version came on that, which was just a plain acoustic version. And I thought that, okay, this is a lovely rendition of this particular track. And I went back searching for this track on YouTube again, and I found this video. And when I heard this particular track, for me, I was floored. For me, this is hands down Noori's best work, best song that they have ever done. Many people like Manware and all other tracks as well, but I personally love this track the most from Noori by all means. Just the music, not talking about the video, but the music, the composition, the way Ali Noor has sung it, they both just seem like crazy artists in this particular video as well. And the
They
amount of
are.
they are crazy bunch of people. So that's how I got reintroduced to this track.
Right, right. Yeah, this is. I mean, I'm surprised. I actually got surprised by listening to this one. This is definitely a couple of notches above their usual work.
Yeah.
This is still not my favorite track by Noori.
Hmm.
Manware is by far my
Yeah,
favorite.
I know.
In terms of personal favorite, I mean, it
Hmm.
just probably nostalgia, probably whatever.
Hmm.
But yeah, this I was just surprised. Everything, the video, the vocals, Ali Noor's vocals.
Hmm.
I think this is the most prolific
Yeah.
Ali Noor's vocals that I've heard in a long time.
Yeah.
Ali Hamza as well.
Ali
He
Hamza
did
as
a
well.
brilliant job here.
Absolutely,
Yeah,
absolutely. And I call myself a bit ignorant. I always used to associate Noori with a specific kind of music. But when I started to just, when I obviously grew up, I started to listen to their track again. And I simply appreciate the fact that they just don't do one genre of music. If you listen to their songs, Manware is entirely different
yeah.
kind of music. If you listen to Mere Log, it's an entirely different kind of music, right? And
मेरे यार मेरे दोस्त.
yeah, absolutely. We, we love that track in different contexts as well. But
So I okay. Funny story. Funny story. This track, मेरे लोग. There's this line, मेरे यार मेरे दोस्त. Uh, I growing up during our university days, I had my all my friends very dear, right? And I used to spend so much time with my friends, all of them, Hamad and all. And going back to Pakistan, whenever I go back home, I spend a lot of time with my friends. And my brother, my younger brother, who used to force feed me, Noori, who was the musician
Yep.
and the audiophile, the crazy music person.
Yeah.
Whenever my my friends come up and in family setting, he just starts singing "Mere Yaar Mere Dost" just to just to tease me, you know, just to say that he always he's always busy with
With
his
the
friends.
friends. Yeah. That's
Yeah.
true, actually. You used to spend a lot of time with us. That's true. But yeah, I mean, talking about Nouri's music, I just felt amazed that they have explored so much genre of music throughout their journey. And I don't know, for some reason, I used to think that they are uh, just picking a specific genre for their music, but I was completely wrong. And here as well, they have made use of electronic instrument as well. It was kind of their comeback because they hadn't done music for many years before they released this track again. So it was kind of their comeback, and they took up a notch. They took it up to another level when they remastered it, reproduced it, and came up with a video concept for it. So they simply outdone themselves back then.
You have to understand Nouri's background. Nouri's background, musical background,
Hmm.
and then you would grasp their musical history, their musical indoctrination.
Hmm.
So they grew up in a family of musicians.
Yeah.
Their grandfather has a music school, had a
Hmm.
musical school, and now their mother runs that musical school. They were the inventors of a music instrument which I'm
Hmm.
forgetting the name of.
Yeah.
And you can actually see that or hear that music instrument in Coke Studios,
Parts another.
uh,
Parts another.
Parchanade.
Yeah.
Parchanade, in that particular video, their mother also, that music video features their mother who's just
Yeah.
playing that
Instrument.
particular instrument.
Hmm.
She is the only person in the world
Who
who
can
knows
play?
to play that
Yeah.
instrument,
Yeah.
right? So they come from a music background that is completely indoctrined into music and innovative music,
Yep.
not just classical music, right? So they are inventors of
Hmm.
music and music instruments. They do a lot of innovation, and it shows in their music. So if you listen to their other music,
Yep.
the innovation, the experimentation is very obvious.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And here,
I would I would totally urge, by the way, to all the listeners who are listening to it, that do go to watch this video,
yep.
uh, not along with us talking over it.
Yes.
Just watch this video and grab some music. Yeah,
Completely
go ahead.
agree. Completely agree. And I'm forgetting one point, but um, Parts Anade was actually the it was kind of for me Parts Another, I still rate that it's their second best work. I love Manware, but for some reason I love Parts Another more, and it shows their versatility. As a musician, they have literally added so much nuance in that particular track and collaborated with the different artists. And I was just in awe when I watched this particular that listen to that track as well. Um, in this particular video, what I found interesting was I was reading it somewhere, or maybe I listened to their interview somewhere. I'm forgetting, but they actually came up with the video concept before, and the video concept was for another song in their album. It was not for meant to be for this particular song. And then they thought that okay, it's not really fitting to the lyrics that we have written. And they actually went on to have the video for this track. Aik Tha Badshah. And the lyrics penned by by Ali Hamza in this particular track also is kind of narrating a story or trying to depict the dethroning of a tyrant, of a cruel king, right? If you focus on the lyrics as well, it talks about that. So they had to come up with that lyrics to fit in the video. Actually, they came up with the story first.
And what beautiful lyrics, right? So
Yep.
it says, "Ghafil ye majboor hua." Ghafil ye majboor hua. An ignorant person
Ignorant person.
was forced to do this. इस शहर खौफ में बेहिसी
बेहिसी
का
का
राज
राजा.
है, right? That in this era of tyrant, is शहर खौफ में. It literally translates to something else, but yeah,
Yeah.
what it means here is that in this era of tyranny, there are always only selfish people
Yep.
who are ruling us.
Yep.
And
Heard.
you can see that the king in the beginning is just di- divulging in excesses. All the women who are circling him, they represent excesses,
Yeah.
or vices,
Yeah.
right? And yeah, he is just indulged in those things, and has forgotten the that he's a ruler and he has to rule. He's a servant to their subjects. But anyways, yeah. So that Ali Noor comes in as a common man, dethrones him,
Dethrones him.
and he keeps. Then at the end, it's shown that he
Gives up.
drops the
Yeah.
cloak,
He gives up the throne.
gives up the throne, and lives like a common man.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So beautiful.
Interesting video concept.
Yeah,
Yeah.
beautiful video concept. I think it was yeah, it's mentioned in the description as well. It's directed by Mandana Zedi. I think she directs most of their video as well. And what a beautiful concept over here. Again, once again, I like their video Mere Yaar Mere Dost as well. It was pretty good video. And here again, the storytelling is top notch by Mandana Zedi.
Yeah.
But I still think that it is criminally underrated track with only 85,000 views. It's one of those tracks which is how should I put it? It is the kind of track when I listen to when I want to feel motivated, and it gives you that
But
energy.
the thing is that Noori's music, or especially when I talk to Pakistan, this kind of music is, first of all, is very popular with youth and people from our age, right?
Yeah.
We are not youths anymore. And it is played in cars, in gyms, and in chai settings, chai stalls and all, and on dhabas. So the views might not reflect the reality,
Yeah.
but it is played on SoundCloud, on Spotify,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Noori was very popular, and
Yeah.
you still hear on the streets of Karachi, a car passes by with Noori blasting
Yeah.
from it.
Yeah, they were super. Their tracks had the resonated with youth a lot. Had the anthemic feel always.
Also, their concerts are very crazy.
Yep, yep. They are. I mean, they are crazy artists, as you mentioned before. So they light up the energy within their live concerts as well. Ali Noor, he just goes
Rockstar.
into another mode when he's performing live. So
Yeah.
oh, but yeah, I will ask you to listen to Gilani's version as well. Just give it a hear whenever you get time. But that song brought me back to this video. So it was a beautiful, beautiful track. And thank you so much for listening it with us. Let us know your thoughts about the video as well. What do you think about the video and the track itself? As Harris said, go and listen to their original work, and you will find out how amazing this music is. We will catch up on the next one, and until then, take care of yourself. Goodbye.